Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2C TV, your global news channel. I'm Maya 2C and this is a message, a warning to the establishment and a warning to the rest of the world, all those who believe in life and freedom, all those who believe in their patriotic nations, wherever you are watching this right now. Now, for a while, my job and our job here as a team has been to report the news. For those of you who are new to the channel, I'm going to give you a backstory of how this whole thing started. But things, I believe, have to change because we can't just continue as normal. We can't just continue pretending that the battle between us, normal people out there, and of course, those in the establishment and those in the world who want to change the face of our countries. Whether you were talking about the liberal globalists, whether you're talking about Islam, whether you're talking about those who hate the Western values, they are coming for us and they are using certain platforms. We have to take this to the next level. You've seen what's been going on in Iran. You've seen what's happening in Israel. You've seen what's going on in the Western world. Canada, the Canadian establishment have sold out the Canadian people. You've seen what's happening in France, many other countries. Don't get me started with the United Kingdom. Now, for those who don't know, I started on YouTube a few years ago, not as a news channel, not as a news reporter. I was in politics. And back then, I was part of the Conservative Party. There was no plan. I was just doing commentary about political issues. Over the years, things changed. Then I realized, well, it seems like the battle is not really in politics anymore. Politics is one thing. It's the battle for the soul of our cultures. And where do you find that battleground? It's the media. That's why we decided to turn the channel into a global news channel with your support and, of course, our team. Now, things are becoming a little bit frustrating, apart from all the death threats against myself and my family, apart from all the restrictions from the British establishment here, the police, for example. All that aside, we seem to be going around the loop. What do you do from here? Now, you guys are watching this from all around the world. Most of us are sharing a same fight and same common enemies. It's time to rise up. It's time to do something about this. We're not just going to be here to report the news. I'm not going to get involved in politics either. And I'm definitely not a frontline soldier. Have you seen this? How am I going to be a fighter? We have to use what we have. But I do need your support. I'm asking you to support us, to join us. And no, I'm not going to raise money. We don't believe in fundraising on this channel. I need you to make this movement a success. What I've decided to do, and it's been taking us a few months, probably a year now, behind the scenes, we've been working with other new media channels around the world. Well, initially we started in the UK, now around the world, to do something massive, to start a revolution. Because if you're going to control the media narrative, then there's no way the truth could get out there. Now, this channel gets a lot of views. We are the most watched geopolitical news channel in the world, the daily geopolitical news channel. But that's not enough. The new media platforms include everything from podcasts, from political commentators, from those who do interviews, for those, obviously those who do documentaries like Tommy Robinson. We have to take this to the next level. But I started talking to all our friends that we have. It's not an easy thing to do. We've finally done it. We are getting everybody together. We are assembling the Avengers. And the good thing is, this is a global movement. The Islamists get out there and say, globalize intifada. Well, we are going to be globalizing freedom, globalize democracy, globalize our values and our cultures. Civilization versus barbaric idiots. It's time to take control of the narrative. And the only way we can do this is by making a big noise, massive noise. We have to be seen. We have to be visible. I'm not getting involved in politics. We are doing something even better. Now, you know what we are organizing, but the reason I'm talking about this is I need you guys to also take it seriously. If we fail this revolution, we all fail. We can't just sit here and complain about CNN and the BBC being biased or being stupid. We have to take them down. And I have a plan to take them down. We are growing this channel, but it's not really just about 2CTV. I don't want this just to be a success for us over here. I'm helping all other new media outlets. You know what we're doing. On the 9th of August, 2025, in central London, we are holding the biggest ever rally for new media. Our new media conference, which will bringing new media outlets from all around the world. It's not just going to be some sort of event. This is a serious move that we are making, and we are going to be a massive target now. We are also getting already emails from certain people saying they're going to keep an eye on this. I'm going to give you some details about this because obviously I've been mentioning this for a while. You know, you can go on the website 2cevents.tv, get the information, but I need you guys to be there. I know a lot of you are watching from around the world. I understand not everybody can make it, but I need your help to make this happen. Do you know why? Because this is not just about us. It's about all the others who want the best for this world. It's about the new media outlets that are coming up to London. Visegrad 24, Stefan Thompson, good friend of mine. Visegrad have done a great job on X, reporting the truth. Based in Poland, fighting for freedom and fighting against the rise of Islamism and liberal globalism. You have that. Just to give you guys more information about what we're going to be doing as well. Because this is just the beginning. And I know I've been talking about something like this for the past 2 years. It took us a long time to get all these guys together. Carl Benjamin, or Sargon of Akkad, of Lotus Eaters. He will be joining us. A major podcast currently growing and influencing the battle of cultures. Emily Schrader, top journalist from Israel, who has been a massive target for many people, including the Islamic Republic of Iran. She's joining us from Israel. My good friend Dan Wootton, who left the mainstream media, not necessarily voluntarily. He got cancelled, so he decided to uncancel himself. He started his own platform, he's got his own daily show, and it's a massive success. The people we're getting together are those who sometimes, some of them used to be part of the mainstream. They've defected. Some of them started from scratch, from the grassroots. Andy No, some of you are familiar with Andy, the post-millennial. Andy infiltrated Antifa, reported the truth about the far left in the United States and across the world. Andy's joining us. Rebecca Michigan. Now Rebecca, Norwegian, sound, pro-freedom, and representing the Northern Bloc. As part of Document Media, of course, she's a host and a journalist who's also been supporting Tommy Robinson's Unite the Kingdom rally and everything else that's happened. We are growing this on a global level. As I said, forget about globalized intifada. We are globalizing freedom and information. Andrew Gold from the Heretics podcast. Andrew used to be the BBC. He used to be part of the mainstream. He saw the light and he converted and defected. We do have a semi-mainstream Andre Walker from Talk TV, also my godfather. The reason we are getting Andre Walker is because he also has his own YouTube channel. So he's a hybrid of a little bit of a mainstream, but also new media. And the reason we are getting someone like Andre, I'm going to explain shortly why and what's going to happen at this rally. Darren Grimes also used to be part of the mainstream, GB News. He left. He's become independent. He also decided to get into politics, which is good for him. Peter Whittle from the New Culture Forum, a very successful group fighting for the soul of our civilization. These guys need a platform. These guys need to be heard. These guys need to be seen. And what we're going to be doing, the reason I need you there, on the 9th of August, which is less than 2 months to go. We've got more coming, by the way. It's going to be huge. We are going to be honest about what we are doing. We are going to have panels to discuss things that could actually contradict some of the things that people on our side would say. We have to be objective. We have to be open. One of the panel discussions is, should the media be openly biased? Is transparent bias more honest than pretending to be neutral? We also have a game show. We're going to go crazy with this, by the way. We're going to have music. It's gonna be a little bit insane, but game show, news or nonsense. Some of you might be familiar with this concept. We tried this on 2CTV Plus as well. You have to decide. We're going to give you some headlines from the media. Is it real or is it fake? And trust me, it's going to be very hard. Free speech includes misinformation. To what extent should we protect or regulate bad takes? That's a panel discussion. Another game show, Spin the Narrative. It's basically a jokey current affairs game show based on Spin the Wheel. You can win awards and prizes as well, which is going to be fun. Another panel discussion, from the views to votes. This is where the culture battle leads to politics. How influential is new media in shaping politics and determining election results? They don't know what's about to come, by the way. When we hold this conference and this rally, it's just the start. And it's going to be affecting many people and many of the establishments all around the world. And I'm going to give you more details on that. Legacy media versus new media. We're going to have a good debate about this as well. Who is winning the war on influence? Which basically, this panel discussion is the whole reason we are doing this. The whole reason that we have to take this forward. Rather than just all of us being independent and isolated. I mean, I could sit here on 2CTV, do my own thing. Andrew Gold could do his own thing on his podcast, and all the others. Tommy could make his documentaries. Great. You have to go to the next level. It's not really just about us as individuals. And of course, we're going to have a Q&A session. And there's going to be an after party, everything else. It's going to be a lot of things happening. But if you want more information, and I do need you to be there, if you can make it, 9th of August in central London, go on 2cevents.tv and get the information now. Book your places immediately. The reason we say this is because if this fails, and people like us, we're always honest. You know, we're not going to be like the Sky News or ABC, pretending that everything's going to be easy, everything's fine, because they have massive financial backing behind them. They got the corporations and billionaires throwing money while they don't really get any views on their channels. It's simply based on subsidies. Well, we are honest with you. We are doing some good things on 2CTV and others that I listed, some of the names I mentioned. But we are still the underdogs. Even though we are getting more views than them, this fight is not just about the media. We must take control. We must take over the media narrative around the world before being able to influence the culture and politics. You can't just start from the top. You have to start from the ground up. A lot of people have taken the wrong route, starting new political parties left, right and centre in all these countries, France, the UK, everywhere. And they wonder why they're not winning. Why are you not winning? Because you're starting from the top instead of the ground up. Now we also have those who love to stay underdogs. Really? No, we don't do that here. We don't believe in staying an underdog and just shout at the establishment. Everything that I've been reporting over especially the last few months, everything from the issues in South Korea, the chaos in Canada, the Middle East, South Africa, Christians in Nigeria, Druze and Christians in Syria, the problems in the US on the streets with riots. Why do you think more people are watching this channel now? Because people are realizing that we all share the same battles. People watch topics about South Korea from Poland, for example, on this channel, and many other channels that I've listed. Many people in the past, whether you're talking about the mainstream media, the establishment, or the beginning of new media, they didn't do that. They just stayed in their own lanes. Okay, I'm just going to talk about feminism, or I'm just going to talk about taxes. thinking that you just have to have your own niche. No, stop that nonsense. There's no point. You've done that. It's failed. People are thriving for freedom. People are thriving for stability, for prosperity, for sanity. Europe is dying. Just one example. And if you include Canada into that. Australia and New Zealand, infiltrated by the Chinese Communist Party. Our education systems in the West have been poisoned. We have grooming gangs in England still. Brazil, Venezuela, corrupt governments. South Africa, white farmers getting targeted. As I said, Christians in Congo, Nigeria getting killed. These are all innocent humans. Now, over the last few decades, we've had saviors, the liberal globalist leaders, especially in the West, trying to reshape the world in the name of humanitarian intervention, going around the world and causing more trouble in our names, using our tax money. What did they do? Cause more trouble. Look at North Africa. Look at the Middle East. Look what's happened in South America. Did that work? Something is broken on this planet. And if you don't start from the ground up, there's no need. There's no point. You can sit here and keep complaining about this. We must take us forward. And I'm literally at this point begging you guys, because I'm doing it on behalf of all of us in this movement, not just this channel. I've managed to finally get these guys together. We've had all these conversations to ensure that all those who believe in life and freedom finally get the support. People kept saying, well, you guys have now big platforms, get together. We are getting together. We're doing it. Now we need you guys. If you do come, if you can come to Central London on the 9th of August, this will be the beginning of our new media revolution. It will be unstoppable. And this is not really just about, getting all these media channels, look at them, they're doing their own things. You should subscribe to the other. No. Most of the things that will happen is behind the scenes. Most of the things, the networking that we're going to be doing, and if you come, obviously, you'll find out what's going to happen. Most of it is behind the scenes, building up all these channels, all these movements, all these podcasts, to ensure every single one could take over from the mainstream outlets. This isn't really just about some sort of weird underdog solidarity event. No. We are taking the fight to the establishment. We want them to see it. And if they're going to protest outside, they can protest outside. It doesn't matter. We're going to have security anyway. But I am begging for your support. And all you have to do is just turn up. That's it. There's nothing else. We're not doing any fundraising or anything like this on this channel. We don't believe in that. This is a very important thing, especially what's happened the last few days in the Middle East. Things that affect all of us. You cause trouble in the Middle East, migration goes up in Europe. Unless you're Poland, you could keep your doors closed. Issues between Ukraine and Russia. Issues in Central Africa. The world is now very small. We do live in a globalized world, whether we like it or not. Doesn't necessarily mean we have to do political globalism. But the world is extremely small. If something happens in Texas, you're going to feel it in New Zealand and vice versa. Things happen everywhere. And there's a domino effect. And we can't just sit here and wish for the best and wish for political saviors. Stop waiting for political saviors. They will always let you down. Each one of us must take responsibility. If you want to make the world better, if you want to make your own countries better, all these people coming from around the world, all these patriots who are now supporting each other, they're not doing it because they are suddenly globalists. No. Because patriots are now finally supporting other patriots. For decades and decades, we were isolated. But now, the German patriots are supporting the French. The Danish are supporting the British. The Americans are supporting the Canadians. We can now do this. Iranians are supporting the Israelis, Israelis supporting the Iranians. We've reached a new level. And if we are having these sort of platforms, if Tusi TV has become a success, and all the other channels, Lotus Eaters, many others, well, without being cringy, with great power comes great responsibility. 9th of August, Central London. All the information is on the website, 2cevents.tv. And please share it. Please tell your friends and everybody else. And yeah, I know a lot of you guys, you might be watching right now from South Korea or New Zealand. Might not be easy for you, but if you do come, I can make it up to you. I'll give you a prize. But definitely those who can, make this a success. If it's a flop, like the Islamic Republic of Iran's celebrations, victory celebrations yesterday, that was embarrassing. If that happens, oh, the BBC has won, CNN has won. But we're not going to let that happen. We will do it together. I wonder what the chaotic live chat is saying about this. Corinne says they were coming for you. Oh, they're already coming for me. Over 1 million supporters make you dangerous. You don't want to know what sort of stuff I have to deal with behind the scenes. Sometimes I tell you guys, but especially the last few weeks, I haven't really told you guys anything because, well, it would have been a distraction compared to what we had to report, especially when it came to the Middle East and issues in the UK. But one of the reasons I haven't been able to sleep isn't really just because of the ongoing conflict, for example, in Iran. There's also all the other things behind the scenes that's happening to myself, my family, my loved ones, and our team. But we will have to continue. Sue says, it's not only the mainstream media, it's mainly spiritual. Look up the Battle of Lepanto. Julia says, I emailed you a while back. I'll email you again about Zahra Ebrelvi and his connections. Australia and British Islamists is connected to Greta's Gaza flotilla. Thank you, Julia. Super sticker from Maria. Dasman says, use this channel to spread not just the news, but the truth. The legacy media is lost and finished. But they're still, like a bunch of dinosaurs, being subsidized, getting financial injections to keep standing and try to have influence in the main establishment, in the main circles. This is what we have to break now. And part of the bigger plans that I have and we have now as a team and as a movement that we've created is behind the scenes. We are going to break down all these barriers. When it comes to problems with the lack of new media access to governments, we've had problems in the UK, we have problems in France, we have problems in Germany, in Sweden. In America, they are doing much better now because of the new White House. New media has access. That's just one part of it. We have to break down the current bubble. Matthew says, now we've got a New Yorkistan too. Touche says, God bless you, Maya. We need more warriors like you. Thank you very much, Touche. Thank you for your massive support as well. And Tim, Daylight says, August the 9th. Don't forget. Keep that date in your diaries. It's very important. Pauline, thank you. Barbara says, will Tommy make an appearance? Oh, there's going to be a lot of surprise guests as well. Don't worry, guys. I just gave you a short list. There's going to be more to be announced. And certain other groups will also be joining us. I can't really get into the details. The conference is going to be a huge thing. So we're going to have the main conference zone for the rally and everything else. Then we're going to have another room which certain things will happen. And then, of course, we also have the new media section for interviews and everything else. And, of course, there's going to be drinks and food and stuff. No strippers. I was vetoed. Kim says, let's make it global. This is the thing. We have to make it global now. Cynthia says, have you considered live stream the conference for a fee so that those of us in other countries could pay to watch it? I, for one, would gladly pay to see a virtual conference. So I can't say now because obviously if I say it, then everyone's going to stay at home. You see the problem, right? If I say now that we're going to do a live stream and everyone's going to stay at home, it's going to be an empty room. But obviously, let's just say, we'll let you guys know towards the end, depending on what the crowd, how many people are getting in terms of the level of crowd. For those who can't make it, don't worry, you will be able to afterwards see the whole thing and see what's going on. But obviously, if I stay, we're going to just live stream the whole thing. Right now, you guys just could sit at home and then we're going to have the mainstream media outside the venue. We've already been told about that. And they're just going to show what's going on inside. Imagine what that level of chaos will be. Dylan Page going to be there. There will be many others we will confirm towards as we get closer. Something is broken because it needs to be. Order for masses comes out of chaos. This is one of the worries that we have. With everything that's happening now, the problems are becoming global again, right? So all these issues, similar fights are happening in different countries and different continents. What do you think is going to happen? When chaos continues to rise, order will come. And if order comes from the bad people, then you will lose everything. Have we not learned anything from 1979 in Iran? What happened? And apparently yesterday again, the rise of Islamic tyranny. And Islam is just one part of it, but you also have other issues. The control freaks, those who are part of the World Health Organization and certain other groups. If you give up your sovereignty and your self-determination, you don't have any independence. I got more suggestions for media. Thank you. Yeah, we'll get more French people as well. I'm in the US, but I so badly want to show up, still hoping my friend in Tehran is freed and found. I miss her. But I hope she's okay, Jeremy. Hopefully soon we'll be getting more information about what's happening in Tehran as well. But yes, we will love to have you on the 9th of August. Can't make it, but support you from the US any way you can. Telecom, some speakers. Happy to pay for their time, fight for your freedoms. Thank you so much. I can't show up in person, but I will be with you all in spirit. Love and prayers from Florida. Rick says that my American speech and social media would get me locked up soon, as soon as I set foot there. What did you do? If they even let me in. Good luck rooting for. What have you done, I wonder? Remind everybody to have more children. That's going to be part of... I should just make that one of the panel discussions. How to have more babies. Don't let those pedo cults take your country. Non-Muslims who said Islam is a religion of peace absolutely never read their main source, the Quran and Hadith. Please rise up from Christian Indonesian. Thank you so much. To the world, the West and Europe, don't step in the hellhole of Islam. We've been through it. My family has been, and I promise you, that it will not end well. Hoping to see Ayatollah's head on a stick soon. Well, we still have no idea where Khamenei is, by the way. Not that we're going to talk about Iran, but where is he? Does anybody know anything about the well-being of our favorite Ayatollahs? What's going on with the members of 2CTV Plus, by the way? What are you guys talking about here? Let's see. Pete says, I've been saying for years, basically we need to stand and be counted. Action speaks much, much louder than words. But that's the thing, a lot of people will just say words. With all the respect, that includes all of us. I was doing it for a long time. You guys could sit at home and type on keyboards. What does that achieve? It's a start. That's how we met. That's how we all basically now get in touch with each other. Obviously, especially members of 2CTV Plus right here in the chat forum. But we can't keep doing that. You have to do something else. You have to take it to the next level. Also, speaking of 2CTV Plus, don't forget, download the 2CTV app from your app store. You know, my team will kill me if I don't promote it, apparently, in every live stream. Yes, download the 2CTV app. You get everything on it. We made some great updates. If you have the app, make sure to update it on the app store because some new features. No Islamic barbarism. AFC says, ideally, all the new media channels need to come together and do what GB News did. Uh-oh, this is exactly how you fail. Create a new TV channel. No. And get the real news into homes of everyone across the country. Nope, reach the millions. Do you know how you reach millions? Netflix reaches millions. Netflix, I'm pretty sure at this point probably reaches billions. Not TV. CNN doesn't. ABC doesn't. Even HBO. Even HBO doesn't. CBC doesn't. Sky doesn't. None of these channels do. Why? It's not because they have propaganda. It's not because they're biased. They're analog. That world is gone. People might still have the actual TV box. I don't think you can even call it box now because it's flat screens. But they still watch more Netflix and YouTube. And when I say Netflix, I don't mean necessarily the actual app Netflix, the concept of Netflix. You have other apps now. Anything from Apple TV or whatever you like. That's how you reach millions and millions and billions. That model of TV is gone. Stop creating 24/7 TV channels. It's stupid. TV is dead, not the actual physical thing, what was inside it. We have a bigger plan here. We know what we're going to do, and we're going to help all the other new media channels to do it as well. A massive umbrella of essentially Netflix. And there is a new way to do it. Breaking news happens, chaos happens, you go live. People will have their devices, or they could watch it on their TV or on their laptops, their phones. That channel will become live completely with massive support of reporters and everything else. Even we're not doing it yet here, not properly. The rest of the day, you don't need to be live. Have your shows on demand, post it. You will reach more people that way than traditional TV. That is dead. It's a waste of money, and they're wasting millions of pounds and dollars on that. Hello Maya, with the influx of new subscribers to your channel, are we still getting a healthy portion of UK subscribers? Want to know if we are waking up in the UK. We are still also getting a lot of UK, but of course it's become extremely international, this channel, obviously. We got a lot of lovely people from the US, Canada, South Africa, Indonesia, South Korea, but we will still report everything that happens everywhere. I mean, the last week has been chaotic, and I need to apologize because we had to completely focus on the Middle East. And it's very hard because I have to be completely wired. I have to focus on everything that's happening. So there's been other things that we still report on the app, by the way. So if we don't report something here, we will still report it on the 2CTV app. You can still get our reports on those issues. But we will continue to give you guys the major stories that happens from the UK to Mexico. Actually, we did a report on Mexico earlier, chaos. Because these are the things that people need to be aware of. A lot of these people thought that, well, actually nobody cares about other countries. You'll be surprised how interested people are to find out exactly what's going on in the world, to make sure that they can keep their own home safe. You need to know what's going on outside in order to be able to keep yourself inside safe. New Media Conference 2025. This is the start of a free and truthful media. If our media is not free to report what is happening, then each of us in our respective countries are not safe. Exactly. We are being fed global garbage. We need global freedom. Join 2CTV Plus. Each of us can make a difference. Global freedom is the aim. Yes, globalizing freedom is the aim. This is the thing, I don't think people are actually woken up. I genuinely don't think, and I did a massive rant for half an hour, right? I still believe many people still haven't realized what's actually happening here. People are taking things for granted. Yes, we now have new media platforms. We now have YouTube and all these podcasts. Oh, people can actually listen to us and watch us and post whatever they want on their own social media account. That complacency is what the actual establishment wanted. For you to think you have a bit of freedom. Oh, I can post things now. Before I had to wait to read something in a newspaper after a week of something happening in different parts of the world. Information is key. Getting it and spreading it. By crushing it, you crush freedom. And that's exactly what Chairman Mao did and Stalin did. And you are seeing it again. You saw in 2020, Jacinda Ardern in New Zealand shut down information and journalists. She said the only source of information and truth is the government. Luckily, that was temporary. I don't think people actually fully understand the importance of information because we think we have it. Firstly, even this, you could lose this any moment. But you have to, we have to use this. We have to utilize this. This is the only weapon that we have. Back in the day, those who want to fight intellectuals, when intellectuals were actually intellectuals, 100 years ago, they used to say, the power of the pen, because back then they used to write books and articles. The power of the pen is more powerful than weapons, because eventually weapons will fall. Once an idea is created, it cannot be killed. And this is what we're trying to achieve. You're right, Maya. Our governments have sold us out, especially Canada. And the mainstream media is a huge part of the problem since they've just the mouthpiece for the governments, especially here in Canada. Thanks to all of you fighting the good fight. Much love from Canada. Thank you. That game show sounds epic. Oh, it's going to be chaos. Well, because we also have to make it different. If this is going to be a new media rally, a new media revolution and conference, we're not going to do things the boring corporate way. We're going to do things so unconventionally. It's going to be completely chaotic, but in a good way. Controlled chaos. That's what we promote. Everything's going to be different. Nothing boring. We don't believe in boring. Lisa says, I wish I could be there with you at NMC. Go to CTV. Melissa says, Christ is King. I wish I was able to go to the event. I just got back to Israel after a year and 3 months abroad. Please stream. You can get on the plane. Get on LL. Get to London. No excuses. AJ Order says, is the venue disabled accessible? It is, yeah. As I am a wheelchair user. By the way, join 2CV Plus as it is well worth the money, and you get to talk with other new media journalists and content creators, and the documentaries are well worth watching as you can't get them anywhere else. Yes, actually, that is, again, thank you, AJ, for the promo on my behalf. But we have a new documentary coming out, I think, end of this week on 2CTV Plus called The Faith Deficit, which actually goes hand in hand with what we're doing here, the battle for the soul of this planet, especially the Western civilization. It's about the traditional values going down in the name of liberal secularism over the last century, but there's a revival, especially among young people in Belgium, in France, in the UK, and many other places. It's about the fight back. If the young people are waking up, even in Iran, we can too. I'm not young anymore. Can you form an umbrella organization? That's exactly what we're doing. That's the point of this. This is literally what we're doing. So that all independent new media can register with them and can be issued with a press pass. Yes, I'm doing that. The main person, as my enforcer in that area is Andrew Walker, leading that. So you can go places that you have been stopped from in the past. Yeah, that's what we're doing now. So this is all going to be part of this. Assembling the Avengers. Hi Maya, today I received an email from the BBC to take part in a survey in regards to shaping the future of the BBC. You should have replied, nuke it. In my opinion, it's a bit too late for the mainstream media to now care about how they report the news. Well, yeah, especially what they did with Gaza documentary, yeah. When is the shop back open? Soon, a few days. Sorry guys, we have to fix a lot of things in the 2C store. I just went to buy a 2C TV hoodie for when I go shopping to spread the word. Brilliant. I'll get it fixed very soon. But our education system that is brainwashing our children, what about the deep state that is controlling corrupt governments? It's not just the legacy media. Exactly. Whatever happened to Julian Assange? Is he still active? No, he's just gone completely underground now with his family to stay quiet. That was part of the agreement for him to be free. Have you thought about doing a Twitter space on X? Well, it's not a Twitter space anymore, but yeah. About this, or you start going into Twitter spaces to talk about this? No. It's a great way to get the info out. Yeah, we're going to do other things on X soon as well. Mostly doing the actual live reports on X as well. If after all this, the Islamic regime remains in control of Iran, it will be so heartbreaking. Oh yeah, and depressing, yeah. If not now, then when? They need to free Iran now. Oh, there's conversations about Iran now. VPN might show up that someone isn't subscribed from the countries that they are in. God bless you, Maya. Yeah, that's one of the reasons that on YouTube, nobody is watching from Iran. But I know they are watching from Iran because I have VPNs. It shows from other countries. You need to host your YouTube videos on 2CTV Plus as you can easily be deplatformed on YouTube. I have a good relationship with YouTube, luckily, and you also can get the live streams on the app. If you download the 2CTV app and you go on the watch page, which is I don't know if you can see it, bottom left next to home. You can also scroll to the right and you can see the live reports. Basically everything is on the app now. All the documentaries, all the chat forum and everything else is directly on there. Did I miss any of you guys here? I think this movement needs to enlist individuals with legal and military experience. America's founding generation had the rights of a mix of pen and gunpowder for the movement to be taken seriously. Super sticker from Henry, thank you. And Nomad says, please report on South Africa. We will. We're going to actually do a special documentary on South Africa and what's going on there with the corrupt ANC. We're going to go to South Africa shortly to actually do a whole show on that. Government making laws there to systemically destroy minorities based on skin color. Yeah. It only takes one generation to be complacent to cause the downfall of democracy. I agree. Barbara says, it's my birthday today. Happy birthday, Barbara. As a present, I would like you to say you have thousands going in August. Well, it's up to you guys. I'm doing this so that you guys could come. I know a lot of people are going to have excuses. I don't take excuses. Unless you're dying, that's also a terrible excuse. Come anyway, you can still breathe. Get your asses over to London. 9th of August, Central London. All the information is on the website, 2cevents.tv. Right there. It's very small, but the link is in the description. Just go on the link down below under the video. Maya, I'm telling all my friends in the Midwest USA about ANMC. We are so ready for this. Best of luck to you and your team. Thank you so much, Mike. See, this is how you do it. Learn from Mike. I think the cameo guy is on live. Oh, Khamenei, you mean? Yeah, I think he's dead. At this point, I think he's dead. Anyway, we'll find out about Ali, the Ayatollah Toilet Khamenei. Thank you so much again for watching. Don't forget, toocevents.tv. The link is also in the description. Go check it out. I need you there. I need your support. If this fails, this is the end. And the mainstream media has won. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maya Tusi, and we are the media.